Good evening and welcome to Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation. We are here again on Monday night, every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And tonight, my special guest is Dr. Vernessa Blackwell. And she is the author of many books, but her latest book is an anthology devotional, Joy Comes in the Morning, which was published this month. We also have some collaborating authors, Keisha Hicks and Laretha Simon. Thank you all for being here this evening. And for those of you who don't know by now, my first and last name is Donna Banks, and I am your host for Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation. Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation is sponsored by Isla's Diamonds LLC, the Fresh Book Festival, which will be held in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach, 23, 24, 25 February 2023. Please mark your calendars. Also, join me at the Museum of the Arts in DeLand, Florida, where we present the final Black artist, and his name is Paul Halsell. Don't miss this artist. He is phenomenal, world-renowned. Mr. Paul Halsell, Friday, July 15th at 5 p.m. If you have any questions for the panel or for Dr. Blackwell, please leave them in the chat room. And I welcome everybody this evening. Vernessa, please take a moment and tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello. I love the name of your show too. That is really good.
Yeah, zoom in. We're gonna zoom in on you right now.
Yes. Well, I am Vernessa Blackwell, known as Dr. V. I'm the best-selling book strategist. I help individuals to restore joy after a personal loss. I'm a mother, a grandma, and an author, international best-selling author. And just recently got my honorary doctorate.
You have an honorary doctorate from?
The TIUA, Trinity International University of Ambassadors.
Wow, where is that located? Is that online?
It's in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah, nice. And did you walk and get the whole regalia? And
yes,
oh my goodness, how nice is that? Very nice. So talk about your Joy series and how it developed.
Well, when I first started out, because I did a lot of collaborations before I started doing my own projects. I was in like 8 collaborations. And my takeaways was, I had some good takeaways and some bad. So I was doing a grief coaching thing. I retired from the military in 2017. My youngest sister was she passed away in 2014. And that kind of started my journey into writing. After she passed, I was looking for healing and trying to, get myself together. I became grief coach certified in 2012. Well, I really wasn't sure that's what I wanted to do after I retired. But God brought me back to it when she passed away and said it wasn't what I wanted to do. That was my calling. So I stepped into it, embraced it, picked it up, and, started writing books. Because I realized with grief, you can't be everywhere, in every home. And grief hits city after city, door after door. It comes to every door.
It does.
And, yeah. And my mom used to always tell me, yeah, that's something that comes to every door. So it's, but with my books, they can go places that I can't go.
So I didn't realize that you had lost a daughter. I'm very sorry for your loss. But is it that the book, Your Wings Were Ready, but My Heart Was Not? Was that part of your healing process with the death of your daughter?
No, I have never lost a daughter, but I had a stepdaughter and she passed away. She was killed. And my siblings, all my siblings passed away. So I had 3 sisters and a brother, and they all passed away. So I'm the last one left out of 5.
And that book was dedicated to them?
Yes. Well, Your Wings Were Ready, but My Heart Was Not. It was my first collaboration as a visionary. And I wrote my chapter for my brother. My brother passed away 2 days before my 50th birthday. He had a massive heart attack.
So you are the last of the Mohegan in your family, right? So that's real grief. I mean, most people don't understand that. And so having the ability to write about it, I'm sure is cleansing for you.
Yes, it is.
So how many people have you assisted to becoming authors, and how did you manage so many? I think one has 90 people in it. So I can't manage 5 people, let alone 90. So tell us how many people you have assisted in your journey.
So
And go ahead.
So I've helped over 300 become best-selling authors, because Your Wings Were Ready, but My Heart Was Not had 20. Volume 1 for Finding Joy in the Journey had 90. Volume 2 had 90, and Joy Comes in the Morning had 90.
And you give the authors a very strategic way of writing their process. Tell us about that. How many words? You gave them, I'm sure, final edits and timelines. What is that process like? And do they ever make those timelines work?
Yeah, because we go back and forth to the table. Yeah, it's like, oh no, this is 350. So, but this project, we had 300 words. A short bio and 50 words. Our bio was 50 words and a headshot, professional headshot. Well, some wasn't ready with the professional headshot yet, but we getting there, right? So by the time the marketing packages came out, though, they understood why they needed the professional headshots. But the writing portion, because I sent it back. When they sent it to me, I said, oh no, this is good, but it's too many words. Or this is good, but it's not enough words. So they before we if you keep sending it back, let them understand, because like I said, my goal is to help them start writing books of their own.
And how did you choose the 90 people? The day did they choose you?
No, I interview every co-author before they join my project. So we actually have a conversation, and I let them know what to expect throughout the process. And then they go into a Facebook group, and we, meet up there, and I give them, let them go live and do their thing in there as well. Connect with the folks that's in the group, because the book isn't just great because of me. It's because of our co-authors. They are all fabulous and wonderful. So they actually, they make it great.
Okay, but the question is, how do they find out about your next anthology? You don't use the same 90 people, right? They're different every time, or how does that work?
Yes, they're different every time. Some do. Some have was my first collaboration and have followed me throughout the whole process. And they say, hey, Dr. B, not getting rid of me. I'm going wherever you go. So they come back. And then because we have such a good relationship, they refer people. They tell their friends about it. Yeah, come on over here, because we're doing great things, so we help each other out. And I think that's the word of mouth has helped my projects, help me to get to the 90. Because I tell them, hey, we got 65, we need 30, because we're not going to stop until you see what I'm saying? I just add people to the group every day. They see somebody else. Okay, we're at 29 now. We still need 70 people, 60 people. And they start referring. But it's fun because I give them gifts for referring. I don't make it all about me. Teamwork makes the dream work. So we help each other and promote each other.
So I have 2 collaborators on with you tonight. I'm going to start with Laretha. So Laretha, when you were asked to be a part of the anthology, what was your first thought? And how was the experience? And the same question for Keisha. And I'll repeat it if you need to, Keisha. But Laretha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laretha Simon, and I am an international Amazon best-selling author with F.R.E.S.H, which was my very first anthology. And I was just shocked and amazed, and I was just so elated to have been recommended by none other than Angie B to be a part of it. And then once the publisher, who's also the visionary, interviewed me, she accepted me. I had to give her some idea of what I was going to write. And it was very challenging because I was really terrified. I mean, I only had like 30 days to follow all these rules and all these instructions, and OMG, it was a lot, but I did manage to get it done. That book launched on December 9th of 2021. So it was great.
How about you, Keisha?
When Laretha,
the question, go ahead.
Okay. So when Laretha recommended me, I was surprised. And then I was nervous. I was excited, but after talking to Dr. Vernessa, and because she pours into you And because she has a calm spirit, and I prayed about it, and I was able to go ahead and step out there and put myself out there and do it.
Yes.
So it was exciting. The process was exciting to do.
It was.
And if you don't mind, what did you write on? Can you tell me? Or that'll
Mine-
give away the book.
Well, no.
Did they
well,
talk about it, Doc?
Absolutely, they can talk about their story.
Okay. Okay.
So my title was Praising Through the Storm. And so the reason why I came from there, because my mom, my best friend, passed away of December 2020.
Right.
And so during the early months of this year, that's when this book came, was put forth.
Right.
So I thought that was my way or my outlet to honor my mom.
Right.
Nice. What about you, Laretha?
Well, I was able to invite Keisha because once I found out that Dr. V was a grief counselor, oh my gosh, then I was determined to get to Keisha to participate. And then once she started talking to Dr. V, she was sold. But Angie B referred me, and I was just so excited, because now I've got this experience with a visionary / publisher. And so now Dr. V comes along, and Dr. V, I mean, she hit it and quit. Look, you got a bio. I need your professional headshot, and I need 300 words. And then once you pay your money, then it just starts. She starts it up just like that. And then she's just very engaging, and she's always live on her devotional collaboration Facebook group. And so,
so the question to you is, what was your anthology about?
Oh, my anthology. I'm sorry, Donna. Actually, I wrote my anthology to honor 3 people in my family that all passed away in January of 2021. Actually, it was 2019. It was my brother, my Aunt Laretha, who I'm named after, and then I was a caregiver for Dr. Rebecca Walker Steele. So I got her family's permission to include her in it as well. So.
And for those who don't know who Rebecca Steele is, just tell everybody who she was.
Dr.
Okay,
Rebecca Walker Steele, she was a world-renowned concert chorale director for not only Florida A&M University, but also Bethune-Cookman College here in Daytona Beach.
A wonderful clinician.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
absolutely
brilliant. So Angie B, I know you were not supposed to be online tonight, but would you like to interject?
But she is.
But she is. She was working on the audio book that's attached to this new venture for Dr. Vernessa Blackwell. Joy Comes in the Morning. Angie, would you like to say a few words? I don't know. I can't see you, so I don't know where you are. No? Yes, hi.
Hey, Dr. V. It is an honor to work with you again. You got that military background. So the first time I worked with you, it was like, okay, gotta get it. But this time I think there was a more loving aspect of your leadership. Like you said, you would tell people, okay, this is good, but okay, this is good, but, and it made it really exciting for me to be able to recommend people. I know when I told Teresa Jordan, I said, you need to work with her and feature her folks in your magazine. And I told Aretha, I said, this is a good topic for you. You got a lot of joy that has come in the morning, right, and you're going to learn a lot from. And so now I'm just excited. Barty started narrating the men's portions. And, after everyone is like, dang, that's deep. That's deep.
Right.
It kicks us in a completely different way. And so I'm excited about the tour. Like last year we came to Maryland and we were all together and you had a book signing at your church. And I'm just trying to go everywhere Dr. Vernessa goes. Period. Now, Donna, you might remember meeting her.
Period, as the kids say.
period. You might remember meeting her. She was a vendor last year at the Bold, Beautiful, and Bob Beauty Bazaar.
Absolutely,
About
absolutely.
her granddaughter, and that was so special for me. So
Except that I was very busy at the front door. So if I did not give you the kudos that you needed to talk to Vernessa, it's because that woman had me working very, very hard.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna get you some help this time, Donna. But just for the fact that she comes out, she supports. She's got us all ready to go to New York. You know, she doesn't just publish the book and say, okay, buy copies and you're done. She's like, no, we're gonna be on a billboard, come to New York and take a picture. We're gonna be over here, we're gonna be over there. And I love that follow through. There are a lot of publishers that will give you your book and that's
Right.
it.
That's it.
But
That's
she's
it.
got
That's it. That's all.
yeah, and wonder how come you're not selling it. She tells us when the book is in pre-order, and she's like, start getting your orders now so you can use that money to buy your books. That's business sense. You know, we still got too many people using their phone bill money to buy their books, and then they wonder why their phone shut off. But she teaches us this stuff ahead of time. She tells us when she gets the proof of the book. So ain't nobody wondering, well, what's taking so long? She flipping through the book and showing us our pictures and tell, okay, I've ordered your books. Here's your tracking number. I mean, it's like she got nothing else to do but deal with us. And I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm grateful.
Thank
Okay,
you
I'm
so
going
much.
to save my voice. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
All right. I love you too, Angie B. I'm telling you, it's just a joy to work with, my 90 authors, and we're always looking for opportunities, Donna. Even you can come over and share the opportunities that you have. This is the only way that we can grow. And when people say that Black folks can't work together, that's a lie. It's Juneteenth, right? It's our time. And whatever we have, the gifts that we have, God has blessed us with these gifts to share with the world. And this is the only way we can get them out to the world, is that we share and we help each other.
Well, I mean, this is my 12th year doing the book festival, and I understand completely how it is that I cannot do it alone. You just cannot. You got to have a tribe. They have to know their responsibility. They have to know that you're working in a spirit of excellence, and that's it.
Right.
That's it. That's all, right? That's what we want. We want to share our knowledge and work in the spirit of excellence. So Dr. Blackwell, let's talk about the publishing experience. Now, you didn't wake up being a publisher, right? So what did you do to get to your sphere of excellence? And why did you decide to self-publish as opposed to going to, seek out a publishing house?
Well, I have used traditional publishing as well. And, my experience with it wasn't bad. It was a good experience, but it was like when the book launched, like Angie B said, I just got 50 books, and I was like, oh, okay, these are nice covers. I pretty much helped design my cover, because I knew what I wanted, and God had already given me the vision, right? So the book, I pay for, like, you want the package with all the bells and the whistles. This package right here says it's more expensive. Best package, you get the best package. You will get some flyers, some bookmarks. So that's what I wanted. And then when I was little, I was like, wow. And then God had given me 2 more books. So I told my publisher, I said, well, God gave me 2 more books. And she said, great, just pick out a package. I'll send it. You already have the list. I said, no, ma'am. I'm gonna have to learn how to do this thing because I can't see put out
It's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Right. And not knowing how to sell books. Not even,
and the average cost is $5,000.
Yeah, but I just recently had this opportunity. So I'm actually, after I'm gonna do one more project. I plan to do a project, the Joy 365 project next year for 2023. And then I'm gonna start helping my co-authors publish their books. Get your books out there. Yeah. Because like I said, it's not all about me. I have 20 books. This will be my 21st project. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go sell books and collect magnets.
Right. From all over the United States and all over the world.
Let's go.
That's correct. That's correct. I do have another question for Keisha really quickly. So you spent years in the prophetic dance ministry and teaching for 17 years. Has the experience of becoming an author given you the idea to write your own book? Take you off of mute. You're on mute.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, it has. As a matter of fact, while I was teaching, and I taught pre-K for 17 years.
Ooh.
So you're right. So being with them, I even thought about doing a children's book. Even just things that they would do or things that they would say. So I did think about it, but I never stepped out there to try to do it.
Well,
so hopefully this
now's
time,
the time.
right?
Yes.
Exactly. So this time I'm willing. It's open. I'm open now to whatever comes. So now I'm trying to step out there and just go forward.
Very good. You know, I put Keisha on the spot at that event. I said to her, so when's your book? What are you waiting on? Right. So we really need to see it. We really need to hear it, audio, read it, because you can't spend 17 years in the system teaching other children, other people's children, and then dealing with your own life and being in a pathetic ministry and not have a story, Keisha.
Okay.
I mean, you know, that's a story right there.
Yes.
Those three things are a story right there. So thank you.
You're right.
I hope that we get to see something from you in 2023. Back to you, Doc. So you have 90 authors, all in different ranges of education and experience. And how do you get through the editing process?
Well, some of them are first-time authors, but like I said, we check, and double check. You know, I have went through like 2 or 3 publishers because, like I said, I think, you know, by this being my 5th project, so the expectations is high. And then they say, okay, well, we got all these different authors. Yep. And I want their pictures on the left, their short bio up beneath their pictures. I want them all sized the same, you know, around the same. I want the title to look like this and the bio to go up underneath. And that this is the table of contents. I want that in alphabetical order. And they was like, oh my goodness. Like, okay, they tell me they're the publisher and, you know, I'm just supposed to just send the work. And I said, no, because like I said, sometimes my authors will write a little over 300 words. So if it's 312, it'll shift to the 3rd page. And now it's going to offset the book. So we have to, you know, so I said, okay, we're going to take a line out or, you know, when I sent my stuff to the publisher, I had reduced the font, right? That's it, because I got to make it fit on this page. She was like,
No.
yeah, and it wasn't centered, it was off. So like I said, things like that. That's why I said you have to, the editing process is very important when you're doing a book, especially if you want to sell it, because you want your money worth. If you're buying a book, you want, if it's $20, I want to make sure it's worth $20. And I don't want my co-authors to feel like, hey, she want me to go out here and sell this book and ask for $20 and it's, you know, a piece of trash. So we make sure that it's good to go.
Well, you don't want it to be riddled with typos, right? I mean, there were typos in War and Peace.
Right.
There were typos in Becoming Michelle, you know, Obama. So some things just happen and you can look at it 5,000 times and it's overlooked. But when you're working, like I said, in the spirit of excellence, you're going to find the ones that are obvious.
Right. And that's where it is. Most of the times it's the names, because like I said, it's 90 names in alphabetical order. And so some have, you know, the doctor, someone to put past the, you know, advanced, everything, you know, and their titles are important. So
yeah.
And if they have a hyphen or whatever. So most of the times my problems always be with the names. And no, my co-authors, I don't want them to feel like, hey, my name is misspelled in the book. They're not gonna buy no books to sell because their name is not, you know, correct, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. It really does. So as CEO of the Grief Helpline, how important do you believe placing your grief is on paper and why?
Very therapeutic. I think it's healing. I think you release the grief when you start writing and journaling about it. It helps you because as you grow, you know, through the grief process, it's you know, you have triggers, anniversaries, birthdays, certain smells, places that you go are triggers. And if you learn to write about it, it helps you with the healing process.
And your grief helpline has been around how long?
Since 2014.
Wow. And is it manned or are you the man?
I am the man.
You
So I
are the
do one.
man.
I do one-on-one and group coaching. I work with a lot of funeral homes, and I send them grief kits. So my books can go to places out there and a lot of funeral homes and stuff here. And I get a lot of referrals from people that, you know, they know I'm a grief coach. So if somebody passed away, hey, you need to call so-and-so. So, no problem.
I'm gonna ask you how you do. What is your talisman that keeps that kind of grief from penetrating you? Because it's hard to listen to that.
Yeah, but I think, you know, by God saying that was my calling because of the simple fact I've been there.
Yeah.
And I know how they feel. You see what I'm saying? And I know how there's some days, you know, it's like, oh my goodness. Because I was with my last client, I worked with about 3 months, and then she wanted to extend for 3 more months. I said, oh, this is great. You know, but she had lost her son and they were very close. And she was my ideal client though. You know, that what I had wrote my program for. Her appointment was at 10 o'clock on Friday. 9:59, my phone would ring. Every week she was doing the homework that I tell her to do. I said, okay, we're gonna get started. And she said, yeah, I have my assignment from last week. You know, this is great. I wish I could find, you know, more clients like this, right? And so I guess God sent me, you know, one to say, yeah, you still don't stand on track, right? Because some of them that you get, they say, I ain't do nothing. You know, are you eating? Are you sleeping? Are you, you know, getting out? Are you doing any of the things that we suggested? Oh no, you're not gonna feel better. You got to get up and move. You see what I'm saying? You have to move with grief. You have to, you know, take one day at a time. It's
You
like
have to move with any illness.
yes, you have to, you
You
know.
have to. You have to.
And so yeah, so that's what I think, you know, basically, that's how I get most of my clients is word of mouth.
And so when you're introduced, Joy Comes in the Morning this month, right?
Yes.
Tell us what that launch was like.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It was virtual. We had I guess about 57, 60 people in there. One time I really want us to do the next thing that I'm looking forward to the Bold, Brave, and Beautiful conference down in Daytona because some of the co-authors are coming there so we can meet in person.
Oh, okay.
But our virtual launch was great. We had a ball. We really did.
And so tell us about that, because a lot of people don't do it quite right. So tell us what you did to make it right.
Oh, okay. So since it was a virtual launch, you still want to have some type of entertainment. So we had an MC and our MC council at the last minute. So you know how that is, right? You still move on. We got to go. We have an agenda. So we had the agenda. So my daughters were filling in. We had giveaways. So we gave away shirt like this.
Oh, nice.
In the morning. We had some best-selling author teas. So we stopped, you know, we interviewed we let the co-authors talk. What about their experience? You know, so it wasn't all about me because it's their launch. It's our launch together. So they came in and each co-author shared. So it was wonderful. We had a great time.
And when did that happen?
It was last week.
I thought it was very, very recent.
Yes.
So are there men involved in this project? And if there are, the numbers are probably small. Can you tell me why that might be?
Well, sometimes, you know, I think when we are out promoting, you know, I don't really think all the time we include the guys, right? So I had to add men to it, right? Because I've met a lot of authors. They was like, they see me moving and grooving. Yonder for one. Yonder is an author and he does erotic you know, he writes about erotic stuff. And he was like, hey, what are you doing over there? I see you with all these, you know, co-authors and you're doing your thing. I said, yeah, come on over here with us, you know. And so he joined and we have 4 men. We actually have 4 guys in the group. Mm-hmm.
You ever think about
no, it is 5, right? Yes, it is. Would you say that?
You ever think about an exclusive all male book?
I thought about it, but you know,
Joy Comes in the Afternoon.
I know, right? One of my co-authors, Deborah, Deborah F.R.E.S.H, she's a grief coach too, and she actually did Grief Through His Eyes. It just launched hers launched Father's Day. So it's you know, and I coached her throughout that project. This was her first collaboration. But yeah, I do think it's a great thing. You know, I prefer a mix up because like I said, all guys, they can think sometimes that you're kind of bossy and you want things your way. You see what I'm saying?
That's okay.
Right. But then, you know, okay, so Deborah, I think Deborah's entryway was she has a spouse. And see, I
Mm.
don't, right? So I don't have a husband. Me and my husband divorced years ago, and then he passed away. So I don't really have that male counterpart to say, hey, you know, or that, you know, because sometimes guys will feel more comfortable talking to a male about some of the things. Like they're right about a man first and then see if it's acceptable to be put in a book with us, you know. So yeah.
Did
But
you
I
ever did you ever ask the guys who are involved, the 5 that are involved, why they got involved, and was it difficult for them? Did you ask them that question?
I did. Well, I met a couple of guys on
Mhm.
Joey and Alex. I met them on Clubhouse. I was on on Clubhouse, right? Never seen them a day before in my life. And I met them on Clubhouse, told them about this fabulous project that I was working on. And we were looking for co-authors, and they said, oh, is any men in there? I said, no, but you can be the first.
Yeah. We want you, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Yeah.
And so first Alex joined, and then he was so impressed with it, he went and told Joey about it. Then he came on too. And then I had Yonda, and then Yonda referred another one of his friends out in LA. He does like publicity, comedy, and all that good stuff. So yeah. A little bit.
And what kind of grief did they write about?
So Yonda, he wrote about, let me see, I have my book right here. Let me see what Yonda.
Yeah, we need you to show everyone your book.
Okay.
Joy, pull it back just a little bit towards you. There you go. 90-day devotional. Got it.
Joy
Okay.
comes in the morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Yonda wrote about who am I and where am I? Who am I and why am I here? So his devotion was about, you know, he had to learn who he was through all his struggles, trials in life, and why, what was his purpose. And so he shares that in his devotional. I'll read it to you for him.
Okay.
Who am I and why am I here? Some days I don't know, and some days I do. When I was younger, I was just searching for something. I got a little older, and the search became vast and slow. I needed more knowledge, so I prayed. I needed new skills, so I studied. I needed more influence, so I hung with a new crew. As I searched for my place in life to find myself, as I found myself, I realized I already had Jesus in my heart. My heart grew bigger, and my style and ego followed as I matured. As time continued to move, so did I. Once I loved others and helped others, it all came together. I felt good about just being myself. With God on my side, nothing could stop me, as I am all I need to be in this life. Along the way, life just got better and better, and I realized I needed to be kind to myself. So along the way, I loved me even more, despite the fact that there was still some pain and even some family deaths. So you can enjoy me, and I hope you enjoy yourself. May the Lord have patience with you as he did with me.
Finding myself. That's wonderful. I mean, those are very poignant words. We all should say to ourselves every day, like, who are you? What do you want? What are you looking for? And we as women are always saying, oh, honey, what do you want? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Right? What do we need? And sometimes that's the hardest question to ask, right? What do you need for yourself? So that's fabulous. I don't know. What else would you like to talk about? This is such a journey for 90 people. I mean, when's the next one? When will I be able to be a part of?
Wow, definitely. Yes, so we're going
I want to be a part of the next.
Okay.
When's your next journey?
Joy 365. We're going to have 365 365 authors. So it's going to be
Oh
amazing.
my goodness.
Hard. This is the last go round. And then like I said, I'm going to start moving more towards publishing. I enjoy working with co-authors, and I'm sure, like I said, 90 is a lot. So 365, it's going to be time to take a break.
Right.
Just go into, yes,
Yeah.
so, but we're going to go.
Is it going to be a theme to 365?
I stay with joy restoration because
Okay.
that is what my tribe looks for. So
Okay.
they know if they come over here, we are to heal the grief and loss community.
Okay.
So with joy restoration helps with the heavy part. And so when you say, how do I help my clients, or how do I not feel burdened? Because I'll go back to the joy part.
Right.
What about, all the good times? And, if God chose you to share the life of that individual, or chose you to be in that family to love on them, so you got to be thankful for that too. And like I said, we all know that we have to leave here. We didn't come here to stay. This is temporary. We just passing through.
Clock is ticking. I tell everyone, do not misuse my time. That is the only thing that I cannot get back.
Right.
Absolutely. You can't get it back. It's a precious commodity.
It is.
It is one of the only commodities that you can't get again, right?
That's true.
You can buy gold, you can buy silver, you can buy things, but once that clock ticks past 8:05, that's 8:05 that you will never see again. Yeah. Yeah. Joy in the morning, 365. I'm in.
Yes. Awesome.
I can't wait. So I'm going to kind of open it up to you ladies. Laretha, is there anything else you'd like to say? I did ask everyone to kind of put together a pearl of wisdom, because that's what we asked for at the end of each session of Zoom In on a Fresh Conversation. So I'll ask you, Laretha, for yours. I'll ask you, Ms. Hicks, for yours.
So my pearl of wisdom is to be careful with your words, because once they're said, they can only be forgiven and not forgotten. And I had to learn that the hard way. And my sister gave me a book entitled Me and My Big Mouth. And I didn't realize at the time I had a big mouth. But once I finished reading that book, it was confirmed.
Me and my big mouth. I need to go buy a copy.
So be careful with your words.
Buy your copy.
They can be forgiven, but not forgotten.
Can't take them back once they're in the atmosphere.
That's it.
Yeah, you can't take them back. Thank you. That's a good one. Ms. Hicks.
Okay, so my pearl would be, do not let fear interfere with your future to push you to other endeavors that God has set up for you. So that's my pearl of wisdom.
I love that. Angie B, you got one for me? I didn't ask you, but if you do, we'll take it right now. She might be off camera.
Just keep on loving people. They're gonna slap you, they're gonna stomp you, they're gonna talk about you. You just better keep on loving the hell out of them. That's it.
Thank you. We're gonna pray for you in that voice, and drink a lot of lemon, right from the
girl. I got ginger coming out of my ears. If I drink more ginger, but the Lord is doing something. So
yes, He is good.
He is
good. Thank you, Lord. Yes, we have a live interview we're doing on Thursday, so I really would prefer that she not speak at all. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. She said, be quiet. Dr. Vernessa, I need to tell everyone, please, how to get copies of Joy in the Morning. And I would really love a pearl of wisdom from you also, please.
Well, my pearl of wisdom is take one day at a time.
Yeah.
And live each day as if it could be a last, God is doing some amazing things now. This is our time. It's our season.
It is.
Step forth and go and do the mighty great things that He called you, put you here for. He put us all here for something wonderful. And our time is now. We know where we've been, but we don't know where we have to go. Right. So prepare, you see what I'm saying, as if, because it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. So whatever your business ideas are, if it's a book you want to write it. Because I believe that everyone has a book in them, and our books will outlive us.
Say that again for Mama Tony so she can hear you.
I believe that everyone has a book in them, and our books will outlive us.
She got enough books across America in her house, but not one of her own. Yeah, I know
Oh,
you got a
just come
story
on.
of it. You need to
That's
come on over
Mama
here.
Tony. Yes, it's
Yeah.
not long.
365. I need you to be in there with me.
Yes, because like I said, our books are short. So it's a little headshot, devotional, and one page, honey. And then you sign on your page.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have developed a new love for all of you people who can write 300 plus words, okay? Now you can keep writing and I'm gonna keep reading.
And we need readers, so I'm not gonna be mad at you about that, because we write, but we need somebody to be reading it. Thank you, Mama Tony, for your diligence and you being a part of this tribe. I appreciate you. Anything else? If not, we are going to sign off. Dr. Vernessa, is there anything you'd like to leave with us? Or
No, thank you.
okay, wait a minute. So to get your book.
Oh, okay. So I have two co-authors on here, and we always share the opportunity. Loretta and Tanika is here. Takesha is here, so we want them to be able to share their links to purchase books.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, y'all, share your links.
Okay, so I am volusiabusinesswomen.com/Loretha Simon. That's LORETHASIMON. And Takesha actually has a landing page with Dr. Vernessa Blackwell, and she's so anxious to share it.
So how you can get my book is Tekesha, TEKESHA, Hicks .mystrikingly.com. I'm sorry, I apologize. Hold on, let me do it again. How you can get my book is Tekesha New Life .mystrikingly.com.
Okay.
And,
yes,
and Dr. Vernessa.
Yes, and I'm known as the best-selling book strategist on Facebook. My website for grief coaching is www.griefhelpline.coach. So if you know somebody that need a book for grief, reach out, because we do send them free of charge, because we just want people to heal.
That's awesome.
The healing process is different for everybody. And to our audience,
it is.
Why should you write an anthology? It fulfills the purpose of giving back. In other words, writing for a good cause. Writing an anthology is a fabulous way to fulfill this purpose. It gives writers a way to educate and publicly create. It is a way to build creative and supportive relationships with other people and authors. In the meantime, if you are a fiction or nonfiction writer, write an anthology to discover the effect and the ways that it helps. Build your list, gain colleagues, do something beneficial for the world, have fun, and then contact Dr. Vernessa Blackwell. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on Zoom in on a fresh conversation.
Thank you, Donna Great Banks. Bye, Dr. V.
Thank you, Dr.
Next
Banks.
week.
Mama
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you very much.